So welcome back to another 2019 My League rebuild here on NBA 2K18. In today's video, we are going to be rebuilding the Portland Trailblazers, who I believe were a 3 or a 4 seed in last year's NBA playoffs and ended up getting swept by the Pelicans, who I think were either a 6 seed or something like that, a 5 seed, but they ended up getting swept. I think it was either that or in 5 games. I'm in the ballpark about that estimation, but something's not working here, and I don't think it's really either member of the backcourt. I love Lillard and McCollum, definitely a top 3, 4, 5 backcourt in the NBA. Damian Lillard was once considered one of the most underrated players in the NBA. I think his hype has kind of caught up with him a little bit. He will definitely not be traded. I can promise you that. He is pretty much the only untouchable on this team, and I think one of the biggest issues with this team, one of the biggest reasons why players really don't want to come here, is really just there's no cap space, and there's really nothing they can do. They're kind of just stuck in a logjam. I believe it was the 2016 offseason where they gave Evan Turner this ginormous contract. That's the Brad Stevens effect for you. It gets players like this paid. And honestly, like the Mo Harkless deal, the Al-Farouq Aminu, Yusuf Nurkic is actually on a really, really good contract. This is one contract that didn't screw up. $12 million a year, 4 years, flat contract, absolutely great deal. Now, does that mean I'm going to keep him this whole video? Most likely not, because I can probably get a better center, but he should most likely be here for at least the first season because he's not a free agent after this year. And then like Myers Leonard, that deal, but they do have some nice young guys. I love Anthony Simmons, love Gary Trent Jr., so those guys will definitely spend some time in the G League. I love Zach Collins, also probably be in the G League this year. So those three are definitely in the G League. I am not trying to be good this year. And also, this is the one thing. Do I keep CJ McCollum for this whole video? I honestly could not tell you an answer right now. If I end up getting a good trade in this offseason, maybe for like the number 1 overall pick, number 2 overall pick, and I can get like RJ Barrett, Zion Williamson, something like that, I would just be an idiot to say no to that. So, oh boy, this is tough lineup. Well, first and foremost, we actually might have to sign some free agents. First and foremost, Trent, Simmons, and Zach Collins. I need to sign somebody else. Will be in the G League. I'm actually going to pick up like Jamal Crawford. Oh, okay. So we have to sign somebody to a 2-way deal, which I think has to pretty much be young players only. Yes, that's what I want. 2-way Okay, well, can I get LaMelo? Okay, yeah. LaMelo Ball will take a 2-way contract. So I'm thinking we should be able to send... Where is he? Zach Collins. Wait, can't you send guys to the G League now? Can I sign... Okay, there we go. Okay. Zach Collins can now go to the G League. I just wanted him in the G League because I want these 3 guys to progress. And I'm probably going to leave this rotation the way it is. Seth Curry is going to be our 6th man. Mo Harkless, Myers Leonard. This is just disgusting. If I package like Stauskas and Baldwin right now, is there anybody better I can get off the bench? Stauskas, Baldwin, 271 overalls. I don't really have high expectations. I'm just trying to get a few more. Like TJ McConnell's not even that bad. Larry Nance is a free agent after this year, but it's not a horrible pickup still. Michael Beasley for a year. Like, I'm just trying to take guys. Aaron Holiday from the Pacers. That's kind of nice. You know, we're going to do this trade. Yep. But we're also going to sign another 2-way contract. Hopefully we have one. And then it's going to have to be somebody young like Wenyen Gabriel. And he wants that. Okay, because I just want to send Aaron Holiday to the G League because he can actually progress like really, really well. So we are... Wait, what? Oh, I have to call him up. Wenyen Gabriel, call up from G League, and then Aaron Holiday, assigned G League. Okay, so... These 4 guys will be in the G League, 4 G League spots. I'm trying to be bad this year. I don't really have many expectations. Curry's honestly going to play like 26 minutes. Harkless there. We'll do... I wanted to send Swanigan to the G League kind of too. Yeah, maybe next year, but we're going to go 36, 38 to these guys. Turner can play 30. We'll go 31 here, and we're honestly going to give 34 to Yusuf Nurkic. So I'm hoping this team's bad. Typically, when you have a horrible bench, you're not that good, even with a couple superstars in your lineup. Well, 1 superstar. It's 1 other star, and then kind of a pretty good, decent center. So this is going to be the rotation for season number 1. It's going to be Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Evan Turner, Al-Farouq Aminu, and Yusuf Nurkic. Off the bench, we got Seth Curry, Mo Harkless, Myers Leonard, and Caleb Swanigan. So we also have a pretty young bench. Like, it's LiAngelo, not LaMelo, you dumbass. LiAngelo, Wenyen Gabriel, Algie Johnson, Caleb Swanigan. So it's a pretty young bench. Really, these guys aren't getting any minutes. It's really just Curry, Harkless, Leonard, and Swanigan. But who knows how we'll be. I'm trying to be bad so we get a good draft pick. Let me just make sure we do have our first round pick this year. And we do, so we are all set, and I will see you guys at the end of the first season. Hopefully we can be really bad. So we ended season number 1 with a record of 36 and 46. I would have liked a few more losses, but still, I think we were like 12th or something in the conference, so I will take it. I'm just hoping we end up with a good pick. I mean, I'm guessing that the East was terrible, so maybe like 6, 7, 8, but I still can't complain. Looks like, yeah, pretty much the same awards as it always been. We were 12th. So let me do some math right now. Let me do some quick math. We are projected 4th pick in the West, 36 wins. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and oh boy, we're projected like pick 10 right now. Pick 9 or 10. That is not what I want. Oh, I forgot to show you guys stats. That is not what I wanted in the slightest. Oh my god, Damian Lillard. Did you make the All-NBA first team this year? You best of. All-NBA. I definitely just went by it. All-Star, All-NBA first team. He made the All-NBA second team. I'm guessing Curry was ahead of him. You could have put 2 point guards. McCollum was very good as well. But, I mean, we really don't have any other scorers. So, it's impressive. It's not that, like, never mind. It's impressive. I'm not going to get Damian Lillard fans butthurt right now. So, I'm guessing it's going to be the Raptors and Warriors like it always is. And the Warriors are going to end up beating the Raptors in 6. And DeMarcus Cousins, bitch ass, is your Finals MVP. So, we're going to head into this offseason optimistic, praying that something can go right. Because I got to move a lot of these bad contracts. Terry Stotts, I'm a fan of. It's really not his fault that this team's so bad. These guys are going to be fired. That CFO is going to be fired. This assistant GM is going to be fired for giving all those horrible goddamn contracts. And then we're just going to bring in Jimmy Lynch. We're going to bring in James Graham and any former players here. Dirk Nowitzki. I would love it if you wanted to be my assistant coach. Owen Masters. And then I think the funniest thing I always see here is when you look at guys like the GM, like, why are they in my league? Like, if you're controlling a my league, you're the GM, and you can't sign them. Why even put them in there? Like, I get you can put them in there for, like, not my league. What's the other one? My GM. Like, I get you can put them in there for that. I don't even know if you can put them in there for that, but still, why are they, like, in here? I don't know. I'm gonna give Terry Stotts one more year. Those were just my kind of random thoughts on the whole my league situation at the moment. But we're gonna head up to the draft right now, see what pick we end up with. I'm praying we did well. Pick 10, pretty much where I thought we were going to be. Okay, so Aaron Holiday's up to a 79. Zach Collins is 78. That's pretty cool. Turner, Harkless are going to move right now, 77, 76. Okay, we're going to start off with Myers Leonard. All I really want is a first-round pick. I know I saw a first-round pick in this year's draft. I would like a different one. Yeah, thank you. And for those of you who tell me stop sending bad contracts to Golden State or stop signing Golden State's players, no, it's never going to happen. Who else do you want me to sign in free agency? There's really nobody else for me to sign. We're just going to do this with the Pacers now because that pick's going to eventually be 1 star if I end up keeping the Warriors pick. Yeah, but those of you who tell me stop getting Warriors players or stop sending bad contracts to the Warriors, it's kind of how you win, especially when you're doing a Western Conference rebuild, so you don't go ahead and have to play them every year with all 5 of their All-Stars. I'm sorry if that makes you a little bit angry, but it's never going to stop happening. So if it does stop watching the videos, there's really no need for you to be here if you're going to be all butthurt. Sorry, that's my little rant on the day so far. So Evan Turner is going to be moved now. I loved Evan Turner on the Celtics, but of course he wasn't making this much money. And I don't really think there's any need for him to be making this much money on a team that I will be controlling. So we're just going to send him to the Suns for a lottery protected first-round pick. And now we're going to do the same with Mo Harkless. Similar deal, first-round pick from the Bucks I will take, and that is beautiful. So we're kind of at a not a log jam right now, but if we keep all these contracts, we are not going to be having much money. So I'm thinking about moving Swanigan and Alzy Johnson right now for, oh wow, I can't even get a first round pick. Okay, well maybe not. Can I get a first round pick just for Swanigan straight up? Nope. How about Johnson? Yep, didn't think so. 2 seconds from the Warriors, I'll take. It's not like I'm sending them a ton of money. I'm sending them a young player who they'll probably turn into an all-star. So right now, I like Aaron Holiday as my backup point guard for next year. I'd like it maybe if he could progress a little bit better. Zach Collins, I would prefer to be at power forward. I think I'm going to move him there for now. Yeah, he's up a couple more overalls, and he is going to be a 79. So he'll definitely be off the bench next year. I'm up in the air on Anthony Simmons. Like, I could definitely package him in a trade just because I kind of like Holiday, but Anthony Simmons is also much younger. His contract, I think, is probably going to be a little bit cheaper. It's actually pretty much the same thing. But I do want to move up in the draft a little bit. So if I were to go Yusuf Nurkic, pick 10, could this get me like pick 3 or pick 2? And I will give you, it's either going to be Holiday or Simmons. I'll give you Anthony Simmons. And they agree to that. Okay. Only one of them was going to play, so I really can't complain too much. But we now own the second overall pick. It's either going to be Zion or RJ Barrett probably, and I will see you guys at rookie signing. So at pick 2, we ended up with Zion Williamson. RJ Barrett did go number 1 overall. I was considering taking Cameron Reddish because I haven't gotten him in a minute, but it's hard to pass on Zion, especially when I know how he progresses in this. Jake Layman, I don't even think I can get anything for, so I'm just going to let him walk. And qualifying, we have none. So I'm praying we have at least a little bit of cap space this offseason. Okay, so we do. So I could maybe make a pitch for KD, who looks like he's going to be going back to the Warriors without a doubt. Kyrie wants to go back to the Celtics. I'm going to make a bid for him. Like, the negative chance I'm going to get him, yeah. Didn't think so. Cousins, probably not. Jimmy Butler could be an option. Like, this is not the one issue. There's no really good big men in this free agency class. Could go Tobias Harris if I strike out on everybody else. We have already made 2 offers, though. So I'm going to wait a day on Tobias Harris. And I'm thinking I'm going to throw an offer at Towns is, like, most likely going to get matched. Like, there's a 100% chance it gets matched. But just in case it doesn't, we will try this. And we end up with Karl Anthony Towns after day 1. 100% chance, yeah, it's going to get matched. Okay, so we're now probably going to throw an offer. Cousins looks like he's going to go to the Pacers. Butler getting an offer from the Timberwolves. Harris has ones from the Clippers. I'm going to probably max out Tobias Harris and just hope that I can get him. And fuck me, right? Okay, so we don't end up with Tobias Harris. Whiteside could be an option for 1 year if I don't get anybody else. And Whiteside looks like who we're going to get. So Hassan Whiteside will be here for at least 1 year probably. He's not a bad starting center. We don't really have anybody else at the moment. So what do I want to do with this team? I need to make a move of some sort because I don't really have a starting power forward. And I don't really want Zach Collins to be starting. So it would probably have to be some sort of deal with Seth Curry, maybe Swanigan, and a ton of first-round picks. So let me just go player finder, power forward, / center. It couldn't be anybody amazing. It'd have to be somebody not realistic, but somebody realistically making a good amount of money. I'm thinking Julius Randle. Not a bad option for 1 year. Dwight Howard, thanks, but no thanks. Marketing, I'm not going to go after today. Miles Turner, I've been getting a lot. Saric, Kuzma could be not. Oh, Kuzma's on the Clippers. Mirotic. DeAndre Ayton, I actually haven't gotten in a minute. But I doubt this is going to work. Like Seth Curry for DeAndre Ayton. Oh, yeah, they consider him untouchable. Sometimes in the first year, they don't think he's untouchable. Is Bagley untouchable? He probably is. Oh, what? He's back. Marvin Bagley's not untouchable, folks. And I will give you Caleb Swanigan as well. And take my Marvin Bagley. Is now a member of the Portland Trailblazers. What did he put up stats? Oh my God, he put up 16 and 10. Well, there's your power forward for the rest of the video. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm gonna go back up small forward, I think. I think that should be good. We actually have some cap space. Like, could I go? Trevor Reeves is gonna regress hard. He always does. Winslow, I don't have enough for that. Not that it probably wouldn't be getting matched anyways. It probably would. So like Damari Carroll for 1 year, or excuse me, 2 years, wouldn't be a bad pickup. And I'm also going to pick up a backup center like Robin Lopez if he wants to accept this. And he does accept that. So we now have 10 guys in the rotation. I'll figure it out the start of next year, but pretty good offseason, I would say. And I'll see you guys at the start of season number 2 with the rotation. So this is going to be the rotation for season number 2. It's going to be Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Zion Williamson, and Marvin Bagley and Hassan Whiteside. Off the bench, we got Zach Collins, Damari Carroll, Aaron Holiday, and Gary Trent Jr. So Robin Lopez will still be off the bench just in case somebody fouls out. We need him there. So he will be there, not getting minutes most nights though. So here we go, season number 2. I'm very impressed with how this team is looking. I love the Marvin Bagley pickup. Hopefully we can compete for a championship, and I will see you guys at the end of the second season. So I was hoping for a good season. Good season it was. 66 wins, LeBron MVP, Barrett, Fultz, Drummond, Zubac, and Terry Stotts will no longer be fired as he does win Coach of the Year, and we were first in the Western Conference. So can't really complain. McCollum actually scored more than Lillard. This is why I got Marvin Bagley, if you were wondering. Williamson, Whiteside. Wow, we scored a lot of points. I'm actually interested to see if Bagley's trade value went... Like, I'm not trading him, but I'm actually interested to see if his trade value went up. Now that he is unbelievable. We scored the most points in the league. One of the best defensive teams and best differential. Timberwolves, first round. Come on. No. 2K, don't do this to me. I just don't get this game sometimes. I really don't. And it's season number 2. This is when I always win. But I guess 2K doesn't care. Oh, the Raptors and the Warriors. Who gives a shit? Kawhi Leonard, Finals MVP. So we're going to have to do this season number 3. There's going to be some pressure. And I said Terry Stotts. Okay, well, Terry Stotts is not available at the moment. And yeah, just... Are you kidding me, Rick Carlisle? Assistant Blazdick, Doc Rivers. Yeah, we're just going to go Nate McMillan. I paid a lot for him, for Rick Carlisle, but I guess he didn't want to come here. We'll just bring in Nate McMillan. Why not? Was Nate McMillan ever the coach of the Trailblazers? I don't know why I feel like he could have been, but Whatever. I wouldn't mind moving to Mari Carroll for a better bench piece. Not really sure what I could get for him, though. $8 million. 8.5, actually. Does have some pretty good trade value. Mike Scott. Norman Powell's not a bad pickup. 7 points. A few years younger. Kyle Anderson. These are pretty good deals. Brooke Lopez, Isuf Sanan, whatever the hell it is. I'm not trying to say that name again. Jeremy Grant actually goes up a ton of overalls when you move him to small forward. Belitza. I'm thinking I'm going to take Norman Powell. Why not? Definitely younger. Won't really regress at all. Can be a good 6th, 7th man, whatever you really need him to be. So he's now on this team. Zion is here as well. If I were to trade Zion, could I get like... Yeah, it would have to be like... I can get Clay. I'm not really going to get Clay, though. If I get like Paul George... Paul George or Gordon Hayward... Or Gordon Hayward's a free agent, but Paul George for Zion Williamson... And I'd probably have to throw in Norman Powell in this deal, and we're still off by $7 million. Oh, boy. So if I want to do that, well, first of all, do I have a first-round pick this year? I have 29 and 19 in the second round. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. I would probably have to sign somebody with my mid-level exception, which I just don't know if I really want to do. And that's even if I can get Paul George. It's going to be kind of risky. That really is. But I think Paul George would honestly complete this team. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get him. So we have a $9 million mid-level exception, which is basically what we need. So if I were to do this and sign like Darren Collison, max amount 9 mil, pick up Collinson, all these guys can go. Would Paul George be an option for this team? Would he complete this team? I feel like he would. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. I'm going to go ahead, give it all I got. We're going to go. Actually, Bagley's okay. It's still 3-star, but we're going to go. Where the hell is Zion Williamson, Darren Collison, and Norman Powell? Give me Paul George, Oklahoma City. And I will give you first-round picks. Please take this trade. It's not going to work, is it? It's just really not. Actually, that first-round pick doesn't really have any value. All right, how about if instead of this... Oh, shit, I just took Zion out of the equation. Zion Williamson, how about if instead of this first-round pick, I gave you Gary Trent? Okay, well, maybe it was an overpay, but pairing up Lillard, George, McCollum, Whiteside, and Bagley, I think is going to be pretty good. So we have a point guard and a power forward off the bench. I need at least, I'm going to probably go, let me just do some math. Point guard, we're good. I would like to probably, George is not going to need a backup. So probably a center and a shooting guard. So, shooting guard, I could go Eric Gordon. Oh, wow, I don't even have a mid-level exception anymore. So, I'm going to need somebody on the cheap. And, like, oh, boy, Justin Holiday, if you want to come here. Wouldn't mind you at all. Probably going to trade you for something else. And centers, like, Mason Plumlee, I don't have enough for it. Gortat, I would take and probably trade as well. Okay, so we're going to trade these two right now, along with the first-round picks we have remaining. So we are going to go Justin Holiday, 2 first-round picks. Give me an upgraded shooting guard, please. Don't really care what it is. These are not upgrades, like in the slightest. Oh boy, Son Musa is not a bad. Tyler Johnson though is probably what I'm going to take. Lamar Peters hasn't played yet. He's in the G League. These are some better offers though. I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to take Tyler Johnson in a first-round pick because Tyler Johnson probably shouldn't regress. And now Gortat. And, okay, trading is broken. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Marcin Gortat. Why is trading broken? This is so annoying. Like, oh my Christ. Okay. Marcin Gortat. 2 first-round picks. Give me a better, younger center. Not going to be regressing. If I can't find anybody like Mitchell Robinson, I could pick up. And huge shout-out, actually, to, I'm going to pick him up. Huge shout-out to Lil Saint BB 2-1. He actually fixed the Mitchell Robinson like character in this or player model, whatever the hell it is, putting a whole new one so he doesn't regress when you send him to the G League anymore. So huge shout out to you. Huge shout out to you in general. You make the best 2018 roster. That's all I can say. If you guys are looking for a good one, if you ever want to know what I use, it's on PS4. You have to look up the online ID. It's Lil Saint BB21. I think it's like 18 offseason, all rookies, something like that. But it's like the top one. There's like 4 rosters under his name. Without a doubt, the best one. It has like 17,000 downloads, I think. But huge shout out to him. He makes the best rosters without a doubt. I'll actually show you guys the training camps if you guys want to see that. Some of you think I don't send people to training camps. I always do. I just don't show you because I honestly don't even think it's that interesting. But we're going to send Whiteside. Not that he needs it, really, but we'll send Aaron Holiday. And we will send Mitchell Robinson. Why not? The team is all set. I'll see you guys at the rotation at the start of the third and final year. So this will be the rotation for the third and final season. It's going to be Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Paul George, Marvin Bagley, and Hassan Whiteside. Off the bench, we got Aaron Holiday, Zach Collins, Tyler Johnson, and Mitchell Robinson. This looks like a championship team to me. I'm hoping we can win one. I'll see you guys at the end of season number 3, the third and final year. So I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. We only won 60 games this year. I thought this team was much, much better, but oh, of course, Gary Trent gets most improved. Oh, that's per 36. Okay, maybe. I'm just a tad bit nervous. Maybe I shouldn't have fired Terry Stotts. Paul George was very good. Everybody was really, Lillard really wasn't. But I don't know why. I'm just a little bit nervous. I really am. We're the 1 seed. The Warriors are an 8 seed. Are you kidding me? Like, why can't you just give me an easy first round matchup just like one time? It's okay. We win. And now we're facing the Rockets. Like, these are Western Conference Finals matchups pretty much in the first 2 rounds. But you know what? It's all good. We somehow sweep the Rockets and now take it on LeBron and the Lakers, who have given me trouble before. Don't get me wrong. No, 2K. Don't do it to me. Put me in the NBA Finals. Thank you. In the Atlanta Hawks. We are taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Let's check out their team. They have Trae Young. Oh, they have Eric Bledsoe now. John Collins. Santiago Eusta. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure this is the easiest team we've had to face. And we actually ended up 2K. Don't do this to me. We're so much better than this team. Like, come on. Okay, no need to hop in this game. If we're winning by a lot or it's close, I'll hop in this game. I'm just not trying to hop in while I'm losing. We're going to hop in, get some gameplay, give my thoughts on the team. We're going to go win a championship. All right, so we're here in the game right now. I'm trying to... Okay, well, that's a hot start. First of all, let me make sure I have the right lineup in. I don't really want Aaron Holiday in. Nobody fouled out. Why in the world? Like, just why would Paul George not be in right now? I am on Hall of Fame. Not that you guys, like, I'm sure you believe me at this point. McCollum, corner 3, Green Bean. Thank you for coming. But yeah, we can give my thoughts pretty much on the Trailblazers at this point. They're a good team. The West got a lot better. Not that they really needed to this offseason. And my one fear is, like, a team like this who got swept last year in the first round when they were a 3 seed is just, first of all, what in the world, Eric Bledsoe, is just going to have a tough time even making the playoffs this year because they're not very good. They have 2 solid players that probably won't ever be traded. If you're going to move one of them, I would say move McCollum. You're obviously going to get less value from McCollum, but still, I just don't really know with this team. You're just kind of at a logjam right now. You got to do whatever you can. Keep your young guys. Hopefully they can progress. I think they had a good draft this year. I love Anthony Simmons. I love Gary Trent Jr. Hopefully one of them at least can come out and be a star. Maybe then you can move on from either Lillard or McCollum, but still, you're just kind of stuck right now. You're at like kind of like the lost space in the NBA. Trade, nope, back out here. Paul George. Come on, that's not going to go in. Yeah, I missed that shot. You're kind of like in no man's land right now. Like, you're not good enough to win a championship, but you can't really rebuild. Like, that's why I love what the Raptors did. Because if they don't win a championship with Kawhi, they can easily move on from him. They can move on from Kyle Lowry, then they can end up trading him. But just like, that's where the, oh my Christ. That is where the Trailblazers are kind of stuck right now. And that is going to be one of the biggest issues for them. They have got to make some moves, and they have got to do something. It's probably going to take 5 years, something like that. It's not every rebuild is going to be as quick as like the Celtics was. Can't even really say the 76ers, but the 76ers did very well in the draft, except for Jahlil Okafor pretty much. But still, Paul George up to the rack. Give me that N1. Okay, well, we're going to win it. So those are pretty much my thoughts. They're not a bad team right now. They can compete a little bit. Still don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I would try to tank this year, and then I would try to maybe trade Lillard or McCollum for maybe if some team who's actually pretty good ends up with a high draft pick, maybe move them to one of those teams. But still, you got to do whatever you can, basically, to what in the world? Why would my starters not be in? To move on from a bunch of these guys and take your team back to championship level. So I'm not sitting through this anymore. I just gave you guys my thoughts. I just wanted to give you some quick thoughts. My guess for Finals MVP is probably Damian Lillard, and I'll see you guys there. So let's see if my guess was correct. And no, it's actually Paul George. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2.5 steals, and half a block a game. So I think that Paul George trade worked out for the best for us. I'm pretty excited with how this team came out. A lot of good players. I would say a ton of good players on this team. We only have 2 2019 rebuilds left. Warriors and the Wizards. So if you want me to trade every player in this Warriors rebuild, I might, but it would just be kind of weird, honestly, just because I'm doing now the trading every player rebuild, and I already did that with the Warriors. I also could have some choice though if I do this. So maybe if you want me to trade like Durant and like Thompson and Green and guys like I can get a lot, maybe even Cousins. But I don't really want to trade Curry. I want to keep Curry. I don't really ever get to use him, so it would be cool if I could keep Steph Curry. But let me know your thoughts on that and down below in the comment section. You guys have actually been giving me a ton of ideas, and don't think I haven't been looking at them down below in the comment section. So keep those video ideas coming. Always interested to see what you guys said. And as soon as I run out of 2019 rebuilds, as soon as I run out of I only really do the trading every player rebuild with teams that have either a bunch of young stars or a bunch of superstars at the moment, just because it's kind of useless to do it with teams like maybe the Hawks or like the Nets, because you only really get rid of so many guys and it kind of turns into a normal rebuild anyways. But any video ideas down below in the comment section. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. Go follow my Twitter. It's at @Massa_YT. Link is always in the description. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video.